See if we can get it pointed that way and if it'll take off. Hey everybody, welcome back to MSB Flight. Today, I'm on the water. Welcome to part 4. If you've seen the thumbnail, you know what part you're watching. So this is what I've got here. If you saw the last video, you'll see the changes I made, but if you didn't, I can save you the trouble, or you can go back and watch the video. Basically, just a minute. This bar here used to run straight across, and I angled it up so I cut it, bent it up, added some wire, and then epoxied it on. So I've got a new piece of wire between it, and then I wrapped it with smaller wire. Because I thought the wake coming off of here was hitting this crossbar, which it was, but I thought that is what is slowing this plane down and not allowing it to go plane on the water and take off. The other thing I did is put holes here. So the floats were down here. This would go down here, but then the rudder wouldn't go in the water. So I made some adjustments. Let's see how it goes. This thing does like to face into the wind. It is an airplane after all. If you look at, I'm trying not to put my phone over the edge, but still show you what's going on because it will sink like a rock. If you look at the rudder, it's still barely touching the water. It just kind of bobbles in and out of the water. Wow, I'm terrible at video today. Let's try it this way. A little less zoom. It barely bobbles in and out of the water. So I'm going to adjust that mount on the float to get that in the water more. Give me some steering authority. If you watched my part 2, you'll know why I need more steering authority in the water. So we can just flex it, slide it in the other hole. Same with this side. I don't love that. Oh, we gotta make a change. I couldn't do it on camera, but I did get these two wires flexed into each other a little bit better. Now that's nice and snug, definitely won't fall out. And I don't have to do it later. Now my radio's yelling at me because I left it alone too long and it doesn't like that. A little temperamental. Oh yeah, that sits right in the water where I want it. Yes, yes. I have full control. All right, get away from the boat so I don't crush ya. It doesn't seem to be taxiing any better. Well, wind is coming from exactly that shoreline. So let's see if we can get it pointed that way and if it'll take off. Oh, we got it off the water, but that was a struggle. I don't know what's wrong with this receiver, but I get the plane like this far away and it gives me 3-4 bars of signal, and then it'll say RF signal low. It's a Spectrum receiver, it shouldn't be doing that. Well, I've found one of the problems, which was that wire that's in the way, but I have heard things about, somebody left a comment in the last video and said, what did they say? The step needs to be further back, or it needs to be sharper, or the flat pontoons, because as a V-shaped pontoon rides up in the water, it's actually got less in contact with the water, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I agree, it does, but Flight Test builds floats like this. They're not as wide, and I think my step needs to be further back, because the step is not even where the CG is. We're gonna set it down on the water. See, it says RF signal low. It's got, I don't know if you can see that, like 2 bars, and then it flashes up. I don't know what's wrong, if the antenna's broken or what, but I feel like this plane has always done that since I got it new. Let's try taking it off again. It says RF signal critical. Look, there's no bars on my RF signal. I hope you can see that. Now it's saying telemetry lost, but it's still going. I wonder if I can get it turned around and bring it back. Oh, I can. The rudder's working. And now it's not, because I can't turn right. All right, here we go. I got full back elevator with high rates. Wow, I can't get off the water now. I must have hit a wave just right. And it was like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's something with these floats. They're just not letting it ride up on top. So I don't know how soon I'm going to get to a part 5, but I am sure that I will, because this is ridiculous. I can build better than this. Maybe I will take it and push the back end of these floats up just a little so that I can get that tail out of the water. I'm sure that dragging through the water is creating a lot of drag. Let's try that. Let's just knock this down 1 to there. I guess we're pushing the tail up, not down. Pushing the floats down. Because if that tail drags in the water, it's not sharp on the back, so it's gonna create some, I don't want to get off the water, whatever they call that, stiction. Okay. Here we go. Right, because I disarmed it. Come on, jump. Nope, don't flip over. Stop it. All right, come back. All right, we're gonna turn it around, and I'm gonna try and go by myself. Come on, you can do it. Wow, that was just luck of the draw, getting it off the water. Fix the rudder. All right. The water rudder situation is better. I feel like it seems like it's got to sit higher in the water, but if the rudder sticks out of the water, it doesn't do anything. So I don't know. All right, we're gonna go find some calmer waters and just see what happens. I found some smooth water. Not behind me, but in front of me. If the plane cannot take off from this water, I don't know. I'll have to redesign the floats. Probably throw these away and start over. Almost started flying the plane without starting the camera. That'd be a travesty. There's basically no wind here, which means I'm not going to have any help with a headwind. I don't know if a headwind actually helps anyway, because the plane has to push itself into the wind, or it has to push itself through the air without wind. So armed, I'm gonna go gyroscope, and then high rates, so I can just mess with everything as much as I need to. All right. Wow, no wind. This is crazy. This is an island. I was on the other side of that, and the lake opens up a lot over there, and it's kind of crazy. All right, here we go. We got 4 minutes. Okay, it did not take off on the calmest of calm water. Let's go this way. What if I push down on the elevator and then up, down, then up, down, then up? Give it a little right aileron, left aileron. Yeah, it is stuck to the water. Yeah, I think I need to reshape the floats so that it doesn't sit the way it does, and that would be moving the step further back. I'd hope the plane stand up on the water, and it's not doing that, it's squatting in the water. Because I don't need the water rudder once I start flying, or it planes out on the water. So, yep, that's what we got. Got it off the water, but it doesn't love it. So, those floats are garbage. I gotta completely redesign them. I like how they mount to the plane though, that's cool. And if I move the step back and make the float itself taller, once it planes out, that tail should come up out of the water, and then it should just take off from there. That's it for part 4. Like I said, I don't know how long it'll be before I have a part 5, but trust me, I am going to redesign the floats, and I am going to fly this again. When I do, the camera will be ready. Thanks for watching. So if you stayed past the end of the video, you're going to get to see my Ranger with actually designed floats fly. So the breeze just picked up, but the water's still pretty calm, and it's kind of blowing me off that way towards the sun. But I'm gonna just stick it in the water here, and I want to show you the difference between designed floats, and maybe this will work.
Medium rate. Gyroscope.
Same thing, except I'm in medium rates instead of high rates. So taxiing around is whatever. Still doesn't seem like it's super effective because the wind is blowing at me, and if I try to go crosswind, it wants to like just not go that way. But here we go. Just right off the water, like it was meant to, which it was, because it's a seaplane. Well, it's got sea floats. I was a little close. I had full elevator to bring it out of that. Oh man, I looked at the sun. I shouldn't have done that. a little touch and go.
9 minutes.
Or a slam and stop. Ugh. But yeah, just right off. And I thought I designed it similar to these, but I guess not.
High rate.
Full flaps with a little bit of throttle. The thing just floats right in.
7 minutes.
That could have been better.